This is Jordan from Jersey, and this is what I thought of the comics I read the week of April 7th, 2010, and it was a great week for comics. Every book I got this week I thought was awesome, so check out what I thought. First off, we had the final issue of a series that was not awesome. It was usually pretty terrible, except for a few bright spots, but usually pretty terrible, even though I wanted it to be good, and that issue is Deadpool and Cable, issue 25. Which is the 25th issue of Cable Volume 2 or 3 or 7 or whatever this is. Cool cover, by the way. Reminds me of Cable and Deadpool, as well it should. The series Cable and Deadpool, which was great for the most part. I didn't read every issue, but most of the ones I did were really cool. Ended right around the same time that this series started up. This issue is a prequel. It happens right before this series starts up and after the other one ends. And it was a great return to form of Cable and Deadpool. They've got great banter. You've got the kind of Nick Fury light Cable and Deadpool, who is Deadpool. And so that works out very well. They need to bring back Cable and Deadpool. Cancel some Deadpool titles. This series is canceled. This is the last one, so good riddance. But except for this issue. Bring back Cable and Deadpool. It was great. This issue, fun, not the greatest comic I've ever read, but considering the 24 prior issues, it is a gem. Let's just put it that way. So check it out if you like Cable and Deadpool. And yeah, good book. Next up from Image Comics, we have Cowboy Ninja Viking, issue number 5. Cool cover. All the issues of this book had cool covers. Reminder once again, it is an oversized comic, Golden Age or whatever you want to call it. So that's cool. Book I think is going to read best in this form, which is the first trade on sale, April 2010 apparently, which is, hey, this month. So pick it up if you can, or if you can pick up the individual issues. Now the whole arc is out. Very cool. It's a little bit confusing in parts, but I think it's going to read very well in trade. This issue was certainly awesome. The dialogue continues to be great, hilarious, and it ends with a splash page, or a mostly splash page. It makes me think of the X-Men. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but I'm interested to see where they go from here, because the series has become an ongoing series. This first arc has ended in kind of a we've assembled the team style way, where I didn't realize that was where they were going. It didn't seem like the first 4 issues were building up to, hey, we're assembling a team, like you might expect in a lot of comics. But that's certainly how it ended, and I think that worked pretty well. Just go into the story, do some crazy stuff, and then at the end, you kind of bring those characters together, and from that point on, they're a team. Show it organically. Don't show it like we're assembling a team, because that's just kind of dumb. So check out Cowboy Ninja Viking. It is a mature title, just warning you. So don't give this to your 5-year-old, unless your 5-year-old is very seasoned. They're something. On to the next comic. And this next comic, it wants to eat your brains. It's Marvel Zombies 5, issue number 1 of 5. So that's appropriate. That's right, even though Marvel Zombies Return kind of wrapped up the whole Marvel Zombieverse in a very cool way, making it one giant loop, an Ouroboros, however it's pronounced. I don't care at this point. I'm tired. This series finds a logical way to continue the series without wrecking that circular story of the first 4 volumes plus Return. And they had cowboys. That's right, cowboys, and it looks like from the end of the issue, Martians. If you think Marvel Zombies is a stupid idea, you thought it was dumb since the beginning, you might want to check this one out. I think you could jump on here without reading any of the ones before it. It's kind of more of a direct continuation of 3, which involved Machine Man going into the Zombieverse and attacking people, who's an awesome character, by the way. He returns here, as well as Howard the Duck. I don't know if I've ever read a comic where he was a main character before. I think I'm going to really enjoy this, though. Basically, the zombie plague has spread to other universes, including one in this one, which is the classic Marvel Western series. Different characters that allude to or remind us of our modern superheroes from the Marvel Universe, and either are or aren't. They just happen to be similar because they were created by the same people. I'm not huge into Westerns. I was when I was a little kid. This was really cool. From what I understand, each issue is going to take you to a different corner of the extended Marvel universe and show you different pocket universes that have very specific themes. This one was awesome. Zombie cowboys versus a robot and a duck. Just trust me on this one. Pick up the first issue. You'll probably really like it. And hey, there's some cool George Romero shoutouts, so always gotta love that in a zombie comic. Finally this week, we have an awesome comic from who is becoming rapidly one of my favorite comic creators out there, Jonathan Hickman's S.H.I.E.L.D. issue number 1. Even if you don't read that many comics, you're probably familiar with S.H.I.E.L.D., at least a little bit. If you saw Iron Man, they were that government agency that popped up the whole time that was helping him out, and they're going to be really prominent in the second movie and the Marvel Universe movie franchise thing from here on out, so get familiar with them. This series kind of reimagines their history, and it's not a what-if story. From what I understand, this is 616. This is hardcore mainline Marvel. Apparently, S.H.I.E.L.D. started with Imhotep back in ancient Egypt, followed up in China, and then into Leonardo da Vinci, Galileo Galilei, and into the modern day. This comic takes place in 1953 and then 1956, but includes a whole bunch of flashbacks. Really, really cool. If you haven't read a Jonathan Hickman comic, you really need to check it out. Just the way he puts things together, the formatting, the ideas, really cool. I'm currently reading through Nightly News for the first time, which was his first comic. I don't want to give my opinions yet, just because I'm only like 2 issues in or something, but pretty cool so far, and definitely love the way he just lays things out. Very different, very complex, a lot going on, but cool. He does that here. Some supplemental materials in the back, just like 2 or 3 pages. Some weird reveals. A new artist in the comic industry. Every review I've read mentions that they've never seen him before. I haven't, but I don't have that big of a repertoire of artists. No one else has seen him either, apparently. And he's got really cool art. It's a really cool story. Check it out. You don't really need to know any other Marvel comic to get this. At least this first issue. It might change later on. I don't know. But really, really cool stuff. Although some of the headdresses you can see right there, I don't quite understand that. It's a little, let's say parts of this comic reminded me of the movie Beneath the Planet of the Apes, but it was very minor grievance. But I was like, well, that's a weird hat. That was my response to a lot of this comic was, wow, that's a weird hat that guy's wearing. But if that's my biggest gripe with the comic, it's probably a pretty good comic. S.H.I.E.L.D. number 1 is, that's what I thought of the comics I read the week of April 7th, 2010. My voice is going, apparently. It's been a busy day. I need to have a drink. Have a good week. And check out my Lost reviews. Check out my comic reviews. Follow me on Twitter, Jordan. Twitter.com/JordanFRM Jersey. That's Jordan, JORDAN, FRM, Jersey, JERSEY. And I'm done. So, have a good week. Oh, also, Marvel had like one of their normal double-sided posters they have out for free at the comic shops. Usually there's like one good side and one kind of S side or 2 kind of S sides. I don't know which one I like better. Iron Man or Black Widow. Both have their upsides, shall we say. But whatever, I said I was done, so stop watching, go to bed or something. I don't know what time it is, but I'm going to go to drink at the I'm going to have a drink, go to bed, or go to bed and have a drink, whichever is less messy. Have a good week.